Hi everyone, welcome to another video on Python functions. Today we are going to discuss unpacking arguments. So what is unpacking the arguments and what is the use of it, right? All these things we are going to learn in this video. So let's see what is unpacking arguments in practical example, right? So one more thing, let's say you have a list or tuples, right? You have to pass the data tuples or list to your function, but your function is expecting multiple parameters altogether. So what do I mean? Let's say I have a function like this. So let's say leaf def and I can say print info, right? So I have a function like this and I say name, I say age and I say city. So this function is going to accept three parameters, and these three parameters, what are the three parameters? That is name, age and city, right? And I just want to simply print the data over here. I am say name, age and city, right? Whatever the data user is going to pass to this function, I just simply want to print the data. Now you already know how to deal with this data, right? So let's say if I want to print, if I want to use this function in normal way, what do? We do write a name, let's say Alice, and then pass the data, let's say 20, and the city I can pass Pune, right? This is how we write the code, right? But what if I have let's say, let's try to understand what is the need of, or what is the you can say situation where to use, we can utilize this unpacking the arguments, right? So and then how to use it, right? So in such case, let's say this set of data, this you can see sequence of data I have into a list, or I have in tuple, right? Or even I can have let's say a dictionary, right? I want to use that, and I want to use this particular function to print the data, right? For right now, what do we know? To use that particular function, I have to pass all the items one by one, right? Now let's try to understand. Let's say in a list I have a data called let's say I'll take Bob, and age is I'll take in 25, and city I am taking going to take Mumbai, right? So this is a list of data I have. And another one, let's say I'm taking tuple, I am taking a tuple, and the tuple is containing also three data. Let's say Shahil, and I am taking the age as 22, and the city I am going to take as let's say Kolkata, right? So these are the two you can see sequence of data that I have in list and tuple format. Now what I am going to do here is I am going to use this, instead of passing the data or the items one by one inside of this particular method. In this approach, I want to pass the list or the tuple directly to this particular function. Do you think is it possible? Because the function is expecting me to pass three data, right? Well, that is where the unpacking of your data is come into the picture. So we are simply going to unpack the data, unpack the list, or you can say tuple, and then send to function, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to first unpack the data. To unpack, there are two things. Star is used to unpack the list, or you can say tuple, right? Star is used to list, or I can say sequence of data, right? Let me comment it out. So we can use the star keyword, which is going to help me to unpack the list or unpack the tuple. So if you try to use this, let's see, I'm using let's say I'm going to call this particular function list info, and I'm going to pass the list. Then if you directly going to pass the list, then what do you think what is going to happen, right? If you directly trying to use this particular list, you can see we are getting an error, right? And it is saying that there are two recurrent positional argument which is missing, right? So instead of doing so, what we can do, we can unpack the data, unpack the list, right? So list, to unpack, we know we have to use the star. This is the asterisk keyword I have to use. If you use this way, then it will first unpack the list and it will send to this particular method. Now as the list is containing three data, you can see three items, the function print info will be also getting the 3 items. If you run this code now, you can see we are getting the data printed from the function, right? So this is how you can use the unpacking of your arguments, right? I hope this is clear to you guys. Similarly, yeah, as we pass the list, you can pass the tuple also. So if I say print info, and if I pass on the tuple by unpacking it, if you are using star keyword, this asterisk keyword before your tuple or list, that is nothing but you are doing an unpacking over here. So if you run this, you can see also this, for this one also I am getting the output, right? Now let's say I have a dictionary to pass, right? So let me define one dictionary, and I'll be using the same keywords with the name, and I'll be passing the name as let's say Peter, and city I'll be taking as is, and this time I'll take 30, and I'll take city, and I'll take city as, let's say, Chennai or Pune, right? So this is my dictionary. If you want to print the dictionary, you can say we will be getting the output in this format, right? So this is the dictionary that I want to pass to this particular function, to this particular print info function. Remember one thing, the name of the variables over here should be exactly equal the names of the you can say the keys that you have inside of your dictionary. Otherwise it will not work, because right now we are going to use as a keywords based argument, right? So the keyword should match. So now let's say I want to call this particular print info function, and I want to pass the data dictionary. So if I directly pass the dictionary, you know, we'll be going to get the positional argument missing, right? So this is the error that we are going to get. But let's see, I'm going to unpack the day and I want to pass it. Then what is the output we are going to get? You see, we are getting all the keys from this particular dictionary, right? This dictionary having the key name, age, and city, right? So these are the something which is getting printed over here. So here you can say uh, we can say asterisk is unpacking the keys from our dictionary, right? Asterisk is used to, I can say, used to unpack the keys from a dictionary. Now there is another thing is called double star, right? If you use double asterisk and D, let's see what is the output we are getting. Now you can see from if you use the double asterisk and then D, and then we are getting the all the values, right, from the particular dictionary. So here we can see, can copy this, and we can say what is this asterisk is going to print you the values, unpack the values from a dictionary. So this is how you can use the unpack, you can say, features from a Java Python function. So this is one of the very important, or you can see, useful operations that from we have in Python, right? So this is one of the very good information, right? We can see now the things we have written over here, it should be very clear to you guys. It allows us to pass sequence like list or tuples, and also we can pass dictionary, right, directly into the function as individual argument. It should be directly, okay. Then I have said that, like, asterisk arcs is for positional argument, and double asterisk is for used for keyword based argument. This is something we have to change actually. Asterisk arcs, if you means it is not, let me remove this one, like, or we can say asterisk is used to unpack the you can say list or tuple, or we can say keys of a dictionary. right? Similarly, we can say a double star is used. You can see double star is used to unpack the values of a dictionary, right? So this is the information. I hope this video is informative to you guys. If you found this video informative and useful for you guys, stay connected with me and keep learning, guys. Until my next video. This next video again I'm going to release very shortly, guys. Thank you. Thanks for watching the guys. Stay happy, stay learn. Thank you guys. Bye.